Hey everyone, it's me, Castyourdie, and I'm here with Jay, my DM for the campaign, Castyourdie, and we had a little bit of kerfuffle with the first episode, so Jay had the idea of recapping it in a short video so people would be up to speed and could watch the VODs in a chronological order and not miss out on the very little thing that happened in the first episode, really.
Yeah, it's not in the first episode a lot of plot, interesting plot stuff happened, but it's good to know where we started and how we got to episode two. Because if you jump in at episode two right now, it's like everything is on fire. We don't know what's happening, and how did we even get here? So this was episode one.
Yeah. So we started off on the continent or group of islands, I guess, of Riador,
Mm-hmm.
um, in a small village, which was called Ramshorn, as we found out later. Ramshorn is a small port city. I suppose we kind of found it out in episode two as well. But we basically started off in a small prison because Ramshorn is not a very big city, so we didn't have a large facility. Um, to begin with, there were two people in prison: a Elarian, as explained in the first episode. An Elarian is basically a Loxodon from the Ravnica setting or Magic the Gathering setting, but we renamed it for it to make more sense in our world. Which is my character, Maya, the Elarian. She's basically a tall elephant humanoid. Um, she she was in there for a while, as well as Volemy, which is another character played by Fyodor. Um, he's a human. He's a bit battle hardened. He looks a bit rough, like he's seen a lot of shit. And they were in there for a while for reasons that weren't initially explained. Maya had been in the prison long enough um, that she already picked up on some things. Like there was one captain guard person who was often drunk, one who was early a lot, and she knew about a few of them. Um, right after that,
There were
two new people were brought in.
yeah,
Um, a Generi
Genasi.
called Amari, who's played by Kato. She's a fairly tall person. She's got light blue skin with silver swirls in it. She's got silver hair and she's got like a jewel on her forehead. Um, and Zedroth, which is who is a 2 meter tall bugbear,
Yeah,
and they were also put in prison.
yeah, and they were both. Everybody was put
I'd
there
like
for
to you're
diff.
muted.
Sorry, everybody was put there for different reasons that we will probably figure out at some point that are not really relevant for the plot. It's just that the reason they got together was because everybody have figured out, hey, we want to get out of here. So in the first episode, the goal was to for the party was to escape,
Yes.
and we had I believe it was Maya was already
Mm-hmm.
there for a while, Volemy
Yep.
also.
Yep.
So
Which
both of you took the initiative and took the lead on
yes,
breaking out.
indeed. So what happened was, as the other guards were, as the guards were putting Zedroth and Amari in and were about to leave, Maya called one over. I forget his name. I think yeah, Arthur was his name. It was Arthur and Martin who came in, and Maya cast a charm spell on Arthur to try and convince him to let them out because she was um, well, she had a job to do. She was there for a specific kind of berry, oral berry, which she ends up getting. It's a berry that was actually the reason why she was in prison, because it's considered of religious significance or folklore significance in the village. And she was not allowed to pick them, and she got thrown in prison for it. Um, I do think we found that out in episode because she was very vocal about it. But yeah, basically she cast a charm spell. She almost convinced the guy to let him out, but then there was a guard shift, and the guards she was talking to were sent away, and a different person came in, a girl. I forget her name. Marina, I think.
Yeah,
Marina.
that sounds about right, Marina.
Yeah, who was a young girl who did not give two flying fucks that she was on her job. She just wanted to read.
Yeah, she basically had the mentality, I'm not gonna die for this. I don't get paid enough to die. I just want to read and at some point get out of here. And this was paying.
Yes. Now, I don't remember how we got the keys, but we somehow got the keys. I think while Maya was talking to Arthur, that Valomi kind of snatched the keys.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was.
Yeah, because I know he had the keys.
Yeah, Valomi somehow got the keys. I think Amari played a part in it as well, that she maybe used some kind of magic to do this.
Yeah. I don't exactly remember how that happened, but something along those lines.
The first episode was made 2 months ago, so we're a little bit hazy on the details.
Yeah. But either way, Valomi ended up with the key to the prison, which he hid when the guard shift happened. And then tried to get out of the prison, which didn't go very well.
No.
Because he has clunky armor and he made a lot of noise, and the girl noticed. But right before he was apprehended at all, I think he gave the keys to Maya.
Yeah, he threw it or something.
He threw the keys to Maya.
The people were the group was separated in 2 different cells.
Yes.
So 2 of the people were free, while the other 2 were still inside their cells. So they had to figure out a way to get all people out.
Yes. Then what happened was the girl stood up and was like, "Hey, get back in your cell." And Valomi decided to tackle her.
Yeah.
Which worked, as Maya went over to free Zedroth and Amari out of their cells. And at that point, the girl just was like, "I'm not dealing with this. I don't get paid enough for this. You guys, whatever, go." So we retrieved our items.
I think we're forgetting one important detail.
Yes.
There. Yes, we had rewind a little bit to the charming of the other guard. The other guard, that was Arthur, and Arthur was the nephew of the captain of the guard.
Yes.
And he was supposed to stick around for a longer shift or something, or she was there alone. There was supposed to be a second guy there, but Amari got rid of him by saying stuff like, "Well, why are you not getting paid better? You should do something about it." And somehow, we got rid of one of the guards by talking him away.
Yes.
And Marina didn't give a single flying fuck as long as she could read her book.
Which she couldn't because she got tackled.
Yeah, so, exactly.
After that, seeing a 2.2 meter tall Alarian and a 2 meter tall bugbear, as well as a battle-hardened man and a not friendly looking Janari, she was like, "You know what? You go ahead." So the party...
Please go.
Yes, the party went over to the chest to retrieve their belongings. Big point was that Amari's scimitar was in there, and Maya pointed it out, but she did not touch it, which was a big thing. So that's probably going to be a thing in the future. Where Kato was like, "Well, did you touch the sword?" And I was like, "No." So keep that in mind for future episodes. It's probably going to come up at some point. But yeah, the party got out of prison. They went to the central square of the town, basically.
Yeah, there was an inn and a temple, and inside of the central square was the bushel of olem berries that you wanted to.
Yes. Maya needed those berries for research purposes. She was there to get them for her work, basically. which we have not discussed yet what that is, but we will. Not in this thing, but whatever. There was indeed like a bush there of the berries. I need the oral berries, and there was a church / temple, which Amari went into, looking for, well, someone to talk to, and she found a priest or something. It was a general church, right? It was many people practice many different faiths there because gods are a bit
the gods in this world are based on real people and real events. Thus, there isn't really one or two gods people follow. It's a whole pantheon of gods that at some point were probably heroes who did something heroic and got raised up to god status, because in order to become a god you have to have followers, and if you have followers you at some point gain that much magical energy that you become a god and gain divine-like powers. So there aren't really temples to a certain god unless that certain god has a certain relation with the town or the city. But this was more of like, hey, you want a place to worship where nobody will bother you. If you sit down on the ground and do your worship, you can do it here instead of on the marketplace.
Yes. So Omari went in there in the middle of the night. I believe the priest was not too pleased about that, but
no, he wasn't.
She got in anyway, and then asked for a shrine or something to do with Anail.
That could be. That's a detail that...
Anail, something like that. It's Anail, I believe. To which the priest responded like, get out of my church.
Yeah.
So Amari contemplated putting the church on fire, but she didn't.
Thank God.
Gods. Meanwhile, Maya cast a fog cloud spell between the bush and the tavern, which was on the opposite side of the square, where a lot of people were partying, so that she could grab the berries without being seen. She got the berries, and Amari came back, and then people came out of the tavern.
Led by none other than Arthur, who was charmed away.
Yes.
I remember how the Arthur thing went now. Arthur he got this post because he was the nephew of the captain of the guard, but all he really wanted to do was have some fun. So, because Amari charmed him, she convinced him, go and have your fun, go drink. So that's how he ended up in the tavern, and how he ended up back at you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were a bit upset, and they were like, you need to be in prison. And we were like, no, but they didn't like that very much. So then we got called over by a skeezy guy in an alley. And, well, we were like, I guess. So we went in the alley, even though that was... I mean, I guess it was the lesser of two evil. It's one guy. We could probably take one guy and not a full tavern of angry drunks. So that's basically where the episode ended. And episode 2 starts.
Yeah, you can click somewhere over here now to go to episode 2. You're all up to speed now. Yeah, be sure to follow us on Twitch to keep up with the story. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Here's where all the playbacks will go. We stream every second Sunday at 7 GMT plus 1, which is also you're always good at time zones.
CEST.
Thank you.
It's 7 CEST.
7 p.m. CEST. Yeah. We also have Twitter. You can follow our Twitter.
Yes. Twitter.com/Castyourdie, Twitch.com/Castyourdie, Facebook.com/Castyourdie, maybe.
No, it's very original. We all have the same thing.
Yeah,
Castyourdie.
it's we got a good branding going on, so definitely check that out. On our About page on Twitch, you can also find links to all our other stuff.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that out, give us a follow, and we'd love to see you there for coming episodes. And you can also watch the VOD if you don't have time to watch it live. Be sure to like and comment our videos if you want.
The VODs are online 2 weeks on Twitch because of our current status on Twitch. After that, they will be published on YouTube, and you can watch them back on YouTube.
All right.
And I think that's everything.
That was everything. So enjoy the shows, and thank you for listening.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.